on. Hello. We had a little technical difficulty, but we're back. You never know what's going to happen, as I say, when you go live. Brendan, here's that for the boost. All right, so let me get the feed back up. Sorry, it was right, that video ended right at the exciting point when I was going to ream these beads. So, we're back. Sorry about that, you guys. I'll wait just a couple of moments while you guys jump back on. I'm so sorry, but again, you never know what's going to happen when you're going live. So we are back, we're back, we're back. Again, sorry about that, but we are here. We're here and ready to go. So this portion will be part 2 of our pearl extravaganza. Don't worry, we never leave you hanging, right? So Brandwin was quick on her feet, got everything connected, and we are good to go. So I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna wait till it looks like people are coming back on. So I'm gonna have a little bit of water, and I'll show you what's going on here. Okay, here we are, and everybody's jumping back on. Good. Sorry about that, you guys. I didn't mean to abandon you. Let's see. So we're going to talk. I know that we had some chitty chat a little bit earlier, talking about reaming some pearls, and I thought that you guys might have some questions. So I thought I'd grab the bead reamer and show you how to ream some pearls, okay? And so like we said earlier, like we were chatting about earlier, that the bead holes all are fairly consistent with the pearls. And it looks like Janice has jumped back on as well. Excellent. We're all here. So sorry about that. Nothing more frustrating than to have your feed interrupted right in the middle of what you were doing. But the pearls, as I say, the pearls always have a pretty consistent size hole, okay? And they work really well, usually for wire wrapping, like when I was doing that wire wrapping before. I had this 24 gauge wire, and the 24 gauge fits nicely in there, okay? But sometimes when we're doing this soft flex, we're going to close this one up. The soft flex wire for the pearl, and this is the 0.014 that I used, the fine. Can you see that, how it just goes in there nice and evenly? So for this one, unless you want to use some beads on the ends that have larger hole sizes, we're going to have to ream our pearls out. So I've got a little dish of water and I've got my reamer. The thing about using, this is a diamond tipped bead reamer here, and you really need to, in order to make this diamond work as efficiently as it can, and so that you don't create friction to break off the tip of this tool inside the bead. Ask me how I know. You want to make sure that you're using this wet, okay? And so you just get your reamer, and I keep dipping and twisting to open up the bead, okay? And if you can see, as I'm reaming, can you see how some of the nacre is sanding away? But you just want to continue to dip as you ream. Dip and ream. Okay. You also want to keep your pearls wet when you ream, because you don't want any of this dust to go out into the air and for you to breathe it. Okay, because pearl dust is not a good thing that you want to breathe, okay? And just a little bit of time and tide, right? You just, again, like anything when you're drilling, you let the pearl or you let the tool do the work. But see how, you can see right next to that pearl hole, you can see that what's sanding away, all of the dust is being caught by the water, okay? So you just keep reaming, right? Ream and ream. The bead reamer also comes with several little tips. Sometimes I like to pull it out and get a little water inside the hole as well. But I'm making some progress here. The bead reamer comes with several tips. So you can, it has some larger ones. They're all here in this little, I like to call it a little spy handle, right? You can see. And so there's also a longer one here, a bigger one. The way that you change them out, it's just like a little chuck. It's like a little pin vise. You take this out. We could try this one, this longer one too. They're about the same. This one actually might be even a little bit thinner, I don't know. But you just get in there.
Right. An odd question. Would you ever come in from the other side?
Yeah, so I've switched it around.
Okay.
So I'm here on one side, and then I can flip it over and go through. Janice is funny. She says she has issues using a reamer. She'll just use a bead with a bigger hole. But see how I'm making some progress here? It's okay. Sometimes, Janice, you just have to use a tool. Sometimes you just have to. But see, I'm making some progress there with getting this hole a little bit larger. And so let me pull this bead aside, and let me pull another one of those beads so you can actually see how it looks. But a little moisture will go a long way with reaming. So here I've got this one, and let me grab another pearl here, and I think you'll be able to see the difference in the hole size from here, the one I reamed, to the one that's pre-reamed. Any tighter? Can I get closer to the... Does that look any better?
Can you move it up? Yeah, that's great.
Look at that. Ta-da! You can also test it. I've got some Softflex here, so let's test it and see if... I had some Softflex here. Here we go.
Janice.
I know, she hates reaming. Well, what are you going to do? Looks lovely, still won't use it. Well, thanks for raining on my parade, JP. So you can see, might need a little more, just a little more reaming in the center. See if I can get it through. Yeah, not quite. You can also, I want to show you real close. I guess I should have taken a cue from Lynn, who always pre-reams. But there we go. Let's double check and see if this will go through doubled. Oh, it's so close, you guys. So, so close. Do just a little bit more. What did she say? She said, I really don't like it. Oh, it's going to go in. Oh, well, it's going to go in your hand. Well, I understand that, JP.
About Ellen's method of getting a little frustration out.
Yeah. And you don't need to. The thing is, you guys, that you don't need to push the reamer, okay? Just rotate the reamer back and forth with a little bit of force, right? You don't need to drive the reamer in there. Just so you know, so you can kind of not worry about driving it through your hand. But I'm holding on to the bead pretty tightly, but my hand over here isn't pushing that much. Let's see, I think I probably... Let's see if this is good. Yes, look at that. Perfect. So there I have it. So we're ready to go. Okay. So to close this guy, I also have, if you weren't able to nab that kit, with that, my little jade disc that I found. We do have a couple of things in our Vintage Finds collection. These are our jade rings. Are they jade rings or serpentine? I think they're jade rings.
I believe they're jade.
Yeah, the jade rings. They're really pretty. You could also use something like this connector, this infinity connector.
Infinity clover.
Infinity clover, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you could just put seed beads all the way around and connect it that way. That would also be a cute one. But I'll use this guy. Actually, what I was going to do is, where's my little... I've got so many things going on here. Here we go, this guy. I think I'm actually going to free this up. My little tester. There we go, and use it on this. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to string on these nickel seed beads. I don't know, 4 or 5, doesn't matter. Okay. Put on our disc. And remember that the length of this guy is 44 inches. Same as the other one. I don't think that's going to hold it. That might hold it. Same as the other guy. But we really want to build enough play into this so it's not too stiff on the Softflex. Because remember, this Softflex is a nylon coated wire beading cable, so it's wire under there. All right, so we really want to make sure that the wire doesn't has enough room so things can move around. I also have one of those seed beads there at the end that I don't want, so I'm going to take that out. Now, I need to end with the pearl that I've gone through, that I need to go through this pearl double. Okay, so I'm going to use my crimp cover, my 2x2 crimp tube. Okay. Now, if yep, that looks good. Now we want to make sure that we close this. Whoops, that's not a nice looking crimp. Let me get a nice looking crimp. With a nice hefty 2x2 crimp. Now if we wanted to, I could do this on both sides. I could come through, because I think that these seed beads are large enough. See how the seed beads fit over a double strand. So I could worm my Softflex back through and do this same closure here on the other side. But we're going to do it just on this side. I could also double crimp. But I've done this singly before and I think it's just fine. I'm going to go through my pearl, my large hole pearl, back through my crimp tube there. Okay, can you see that? And so I could worm this back through and I could crimp this down here as well. I could ream out a couple more pearls and crimp it on that side also. But I think that this is plenty, what do I want to say, strong for the crimp, especially if you're using a heavy wall 2x2 crimp, okay? And also, we want to really make sure that, see how I'm really looping this up nice and tight, so that I have enough play in the piece. so I'm not crimping this so tight. If it has movement like this, this is what is going to make this necklace have the holding power. Okay. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to get my crimping plier, and I'm going to crimp that crimp nice and tight. I also want to make sure, you guys, that on the sides, above and below the crimping plier, I've got a little bit of room, because I need a little bit of room to come in to play, because if I don't have that room, this crimping, the crimp cover is not going to have anywhere to sit. So I'm going to crimp it nice and flat. I'm going to fold it like you've seen me crimp many times before. Really get it nice and tight, and sometimes I even come in with the tips of my needle nose plier, and this is crimped. This isn't, nothing bad is going to happen here. Okay? It's going to be just fine. Now, I'm going to come in and I'm going to come over the top of this, or actually underneath the crimp. Come on, if I can get my fingers around it. There we go. So it's in there. I'm going to close this guy up nice and tight. Then I'm going to clip away my ends here on the other side of the pearl and here. And you can see that this has, Kim had asked me earlier, and this is the soft flex. This is the 0.014, the fine. Okay? And this right here, this is the silk. So you can see the soft flex is a little more buoyant. Can you see that? Right? It doesn't squish quite as much as this does, but it does have lovely drape. And let me wrap this around my arm. There we have it. Done and done. So here's our soft flex. And let me take off all of this stuff here on this side. Yeah, I can straighten out to see the air on the wire. I sure can, Janice. Let me put the other one on here. So you can see they both wear the same.
Cuffs.
Cuffs. Let me take this one off. And again, I could run that, I could put another crimp here, I could run the soft flex here and put another crimp here. Just depends on what you're comfortable with. But can you see, if it's in the round, if I really pull it, that's about as much play as I have in the piece. Can we see that? But as I wrap it, wrap, that little, maybe it's 1/8 of an inch or so, evens itself out around these 6 strands. So here it is with soft flex and the knots, and here it is with the knots. And these, for me, these are 44 inches long.
They're both the same.
They're both the same.
Yeah.
I made them both to fit me. Okay, and they also wrap around twice as necklaces, and I'll show you that.
Just let me
Okay.
know you're right at the top.
I'm right at the top. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's it. Ta-da! Ta-da! And you guys will be able to see on the replay. So again, I'm sorry about that little glitch we had, but you'll go back, we'll watch the first one, and then we've titled this part 2, so you'll just watch the part 2 after this. So I'm sorry about that little glitch there. So I'm going to switch the camera back to Brandywine, and I'll show you how these look on as a necklace, and then we'll wrap this show up. So I got a lot of table to clean up here. Great, let me give you this, Brandon. go. Does it go over all the way?
Of course, the camera's going all screwy because of this. Oh,
Yep. Is it gonna
sorry,
fit
people.
on there?
To take-
Got a little bit of Brandon's hand view there. Sorry, we've got a little camera issue.
It's not set up quite the way it
We're
was
getting,
before.
there we go, we're back. Oh, let me get this out of the way. Yep, a little bit of an earthquake there. Sorry, you guys.
Prevent,
Sorry about
Version
that.
3 here.
Right.
So,
There we go. But you can see this double strand. Let me put these guys on. This 22 inches on me sits about like this. Okay. So I'll put both of these on just for fun. Yeah, we say here, go big or go home, right? So there's the 2 strands, right? I think it looks great. If I do say so myself.
fabulous.
There we
And the
are.
glare is much better now.
Awesome. Well, that's it. So this was everything I know about pearls. At least everything I know about doing these endless pearl strands. Yes, I'm going to check myself in my feed. Yes, doesn't look bad. Yeah, I love it as a necklace as well. And you can also wear them long. You know, you could wear 1 short, 3 short, 1 long. You know, whatever. Doesn't matter. However you want to mix it up. Well, today I wanted to share. We're going to do a little raffle for today's orders. Okay. And we have, if you've gone on to our website at beadshop.com, you know that we have a great tiered sale going on right now. If you look on the front page of our site, let me go here, right to the front page. You can see we've got, for October, we've got some offers that you can redeem, 10% or 15% on orders of 50 or 20% on orders over 85. You can also stack those offers. If you've gotten your newsletter, it also explains that a little bit. But you can stack, we have some categories on sale. We've got buttons, we've got our tribal and trade, and our stones. Those are all on sale right now on our website at 15% off. But you can add that extra fall 10, fall 15, or fall 20, depending on how much you spend, to get even extra off with that. So that's what we've got going on with our little savings today. But I wanted to do kind of an epic giveaway, and you guys know that I do collect freshwater pearls, so I've gotten some pearls from my collection, and I have 4 giveaways. So if you place an order between now and, so it'll be about 1:15, it's about 12:18 Pacific time. We went over a little bit today because of our Facebook glitch. But if you place an order of any size in the next hour, up until about 1:18 Pacific time, I have chosen 3 strands out of my bead vault, and I have 4 of these giveaways, or these raffle prizes for you. After the orders are in, we're going to draw a name, and you'll get 1 of each of these strands. It's a beautiful silver, a big kind of potato pearl silver strand, a kind of a nice, kind of flattish, kind of a copper color. And these are super rare, this green, it's like a little button pearl, and so I chose 3 strands and I put them in these little baggies, and I've got 4 of those to give away. So if you place an order and you write in the shipping notes, Pearl Girl, we will choose 4 of you at random in those orders for the next hour, and we'll toss a little pearl gift in your order. So that's my story, you guys. I'm sticking to it. Thank you again for joining me on this epic ride. On Friday, for Free Tip Friday, I have something really special for you. It's actually a project that Karen came up with, and it's really a cool thing. So you're going to see it launch, I think, Thursday, late on Thursday. And I will be working through it on Friday afternoon. So you'll see that. It's a cool bracelet project. It's called the Nomad Bracelet. And then next week, Emily will be with me, and we're going to do a Super Duo Bangle project that I'm really excited to share with you. I think it's going to be great for the holidays. You'll be able to make a whole bunch of these, not knock a bunch of these out, so everyone on your gift list will be taken care of. So that's it. We made it. Facebook glitch and all.
And happy birthday to me.
Oh yeah, and of course, today is your actual
Tomorrow.
birthday day. Well, tomorrow. Brandon's birthday. I was like, wait a minute. It's Brandon's birthday tomorrow, so we all celebrate and wish her happy birthday.
I'm just happy the glitch.
That right. We go
Deglitched.
through it.
That
We
was my
always go
birthday
through it.
present.
We always do. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time right here on Facebook. It's Kate Richburg, beachshop.com. See you guys soon.